Big picture, what was the number one thing that I remember about that time was just how loud it was. Just the counting, shouting, the the big horns that people had. People made their own drums and were just making an enormous amount of noise. I think this was very much that people just wanted to have their opinions and their voices heard. They were not on board with having some of these changes done when it came to not so much pensions, but what the authority would be for public service unions. I got a picture texted to me from my son, who was living in New Zealand at the time. And he had taken a screenshot of what he had seen on Al Jazeera television network. And it was Representative Pocan and myself standing in the middle of the chambers and then people walking in. And that's when I first realized that this was just not something that was happening in Wisconsin. And it was not just something that people were paying attention to around the United States, but people were paying attention to this all around the world. All of it did lead to the recall petitions for both Governor Walker, Lieutenant Governor Clayfish, and several of our state senators. And most of those folks were returned. I would say although it's always close in Wisconsin. I think people did have their voices heard ultimately in those recall elections.